Welcome back to American Latino TV. I'm your host, Natasha Martinez. Up next is a triple threat performer who is popping up here, there, and everywhere. Gabrielle Ruiz is a rising actress who has appeared in Orange is the New Black, Law & Order SVU, and Sesame Street. And if that's not enough of a resume, the Broadway veteran also broke out as part of the cast of In the Heights by Lin-Manuel Miranda. But it's her head-turning co-starring role on the CW's critically acclaimed musical comedy, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, that puts all her talents on display. And now we get a glimpse of the bubbly and fun-loving Gabrielle coming up right here on American Latino TV.
I'm Gabrielle Ruiz. I am from Edinburgh, Texas, also known as the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, and I'm an actress recently on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on the CW.
There's a rumbling within me, something I just can't ignore.
Ever since I was 3 years old, I was always what we call a ham on stage. I loved just to perform, I loved to dance, but when I was about 12, it was the first time I visited New York City with my family on a family trip, and we saw 3 musicals that just really were so inspiring and so entertaining, but there was this one certain musical called Big that is based on the Tom Hanks film, and everyone looked my age. And that's when I realized that that's what I want to do. I want to do that. So In the Heights was Lin-Manuel Miranda's big first Broadway sensation. And I remember hearing about the show and also auditioning for the show right when I graduated from college. And I didn't really know what the show was about, or how much of a big hit it was about to become. I didn't get the job, but I remember seeing the show, and it just was so amazing to see so many Latinos and such culture and hip hop and salsa all on one stage, and the storyline was so strong and profound and reminded me of my abuela and my grandmother and her story. But there was an audition about a year later for an ensemble role that opened up, and I was able to replace Krista Rodriguez in the Heights. I have to say, coming from a theater world now into television, it's a very unfair comparison, because when you do a live theater show, you have one chance per night to perform the material. But in television, you have maybe multiple chances on one section of the show or one section of the entire episode. So that's been a fun transition.
Don't get me started on men.
Don't get me started on men. Don't get me started on men.
This audition for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend was a self-tape from New York all the way to LA. And I got 2 callbacks, and all of them included singing and dancing as much as acting. And what I loved about my audition is that they were just so appreciative to see all the evenly distributed talents that were needed for this show. So Lin-Manuel Miranda and I worked on In the Heights together, and he recommended me for the part of Valencia, who, depending on what season you watch, she is either the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, the frenemy, the best friend, the lover, and in many ways is just a beautifully developed character now into season 3.
Women gotta stick together each and every day.
What I'm enjoying mostly is I get to be able to still perform and sing and dance, and a lot of Aline Broche McKenna, who is our other showrunner with Rachel Bloom, she just loves that we can catch on and pick up music as quickly as we do, and that's theater training. So there's a lot of pride that we represent the theater world on television right now.
Together and tell each other the truth. The truth is you're all fat s***, and that's called sisterhood.